I did the taste test with the sugar.
Oh yeah?
The old licking of the finger, dabbing.
Oh, it was salt, isn't it?
You've all got salt.
We've got salty tea. Great.
I'm just guessing that that's sugar or salt.
Let's hope. Gravel perhaps, I guess.
Right, you would have to be.
Yeah.
Let's have it roll.
Yeah.
If I couldn't find any sugar, I was just going to sort of top up the lime brew. Scott's C.
I can't deal with this. He's sitting right here, killing him out.
At least use a flour.
Try the rest of the argument.
Can't deal with this at all.
I like myself.
I think this is the 6th Toad session. I think Sam Amadon was number 5. We have the Pictish Trail, Johnny Lynch in. It's really fucking difficult to talk to you when you've got one of our blankets wrapped around you, mate. It's not helpful.
It's really cold in here.
Is it?
I just thought I'd wrap up a little extra warm.
But you've got your regulation indie boy hoodie on.
I have, yeah, got the hoodie on. I actually will derobe.
That sounds filthy. For anybody listening on the podcast, don't worry, it doesn't mean it that way. Now, you're known for a number of things, many of them legal, but you were sort of the guy who ran the fence for Kenny, for King Creosote and James Yorkston almost for a long time. And it's only in the last year, really, isn't it, that your albums come out, that you're known as the Pictish Trail musician. What the fuck took you so long? I mean, what?
There was just a lot to do, I suppose. I wasn't really in a hurry to make a record, and when you're working with someone who's producing what I think are the best records ever, it kind of puts you off a little bit.
But you're saying to me you just sort of speculatively came over, partly because of the music scene, and you started going to the pubs where the guys were playing, and you became friends, but this was years ago, wasn't it now?
That was in '99 when I graduated and came over, and it was high school, came over here, and I was just totally in love with the music of Ballad Sebastian and Delgados, and the Beta Band were a big thing, and I was really into that, and I discovered that they were from St Andrews, so I thought,
the Beta Band?
The Beta
Not
Band.
Ballad Sebastian.
Not Ballad Sebastian, no, but I thought, well, if I'm going to go to Scotland, I want to be in a place where I kind of think there might be a music scene, and I came over and there wasn't actually anyone doing music other than Kenny and a group of friends, and then kind of we'd go and see them play in pubs, and there'd be more and more people, and every week there'd be more and more people getting involved in this fence thing.
So, but for at what point did you start to get the impetus to really decide, right, I need to make an album now? Because you had little tracks knocking around, you did a picket fence, didn't you?
Yeah, I had done an album before, I did like a 10-track thing back in 2002 that I'd given to Kenny, and it was released as a CDR. It was one of like the first sort of full-length albums by Anon Anderson.
You've got the light of the sun in your eyes, in your eyes.
This is kind of what you're going to get, basically. This is going to be one of these overall videos.
I do not approve.
I do not approve this message.
Let's scrap the entire. This is like some sort of weird church, like crazy church.
It's the old Roxy Art House. It's basically in between the Festival Theatre and
The Roxy It's a church though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the Lady Glenorchy's Church, officially, I think it's called.
Is this like in an upstairs room in the church?
This is downstairs. In this church. I've got a disturbingly close up of your mouth when you're doing some of this.
Cool. I really like that. That's great. I'm a genius!
They made us guacamole and salsa, which was sort of bizarre, but nice.
That is nice. I know you're meant to make something. I've not made that.
You've not baked! You cunt! His latest album in the Hard Roll, so there was an album of cover versions on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't all collective people, was it? But it wasn't. There was a good chunk.
Predominantly, I mean, there's a lot of collective folk on there, certainly collective and associated folk.
Well, I suppose that's kind of how folk music has always worked in the past.
Well, that's why the weird thing with us is that we kind of get tagged with that folk thing a lot, and there's a lot of people who would consider themselves old school folk, I guess, who kind of get, and who vocally have said, you know, what the hell do you think you are? You know, you're not folk. This isn't folk. This isn't traditional folk, or you know, whatever. And it isn't. But the one thing that it has over a lot of other music that would tout itself as such is the fact that there is a strong oral tradition, I think, in this collective. And there's a strong sense of community.
Now I'm older. Now I'm glad. The days I long to see, you'll find. You'll find them long in me. There's a world I wanted to see. You'll find them. You will find them. Won't you take me back? Now I'm older, now I'm glad. The days I long to see, you'll find. You'll find them long in me.
Where's you on? JP?
Oh, beautiful. Is this sponsored by Pictish?
I know,
I should get
it's
this
good
one.
advertising.
Well, the one that Alex Cornish is going to come and do one, and he was one of the first people to suggest it. And he said basically we should get a bottle of gin and film it at the start and just cut back to it every once in a while through the session and see if we can't finish a bottle of gin in one session.
That's 180. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There we go.